Hey everyone, all of my Wake Set Go getters out there. I am so excited to have our special guest for the day, another global, worldwide businesswoman. She's reporting live from Saudi Arabia, Doaa Habib, or as I like to say, Habibi. She's here with
Yeah.
us today, and we're going to be talking all about how she inspires women with her voice to get into business from her start in healthcare to now just influencing business leaders. And we're going to discuss her journey and how you can find your confidence and voice as well. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Mercedes. It's my pleasure to join you today. Thank you so much for having me. I'm looking forward to have like a fruitful discussion.
Absolutely. I feel in this day and time where women are finding their voices, we're seeing more women
Mhm.
in leadership. I'm
Yeah.
curious, you're in Saudi Arabia. What has been the biggest barrier that you've seen, or do you see a change or a shift of more women just being in leadership and power? Or do you see the future being more women just finding their voice?
Yeah, so definitely. First of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about the culture. Maybe let's say 10 to 20 years ago, it wasn't very common to have women as a leaders, but recently it has been changed. And I think as a country, women are more supported. But I experienced where like I was the only woman in a leadership meeting in my previous role. So it's very common, maybe some places until now. So it can be really challenging, but if you have your mindset, because having older women in our culture is not common to see them like as a role model. So you have to somehow create your own model. So that's basically what I did. I just created some figure because I didn't have the chance to see someone in front of me and just ask for advice or just learn from the experience. So you had to create your own experience or create your own goals. So that was sort of my experience in the beginning when I was first stepped into the leadership role.
What
And
motivated you to do that? Like, what motivated
uh,
you to want to just do business or like a little bit of, yeah.
great question. Yeah. So I think it's a personality thing. I think I was a leader since I was young. Whenever I was in a role, I thought that I wanted more. I didn't feel comfortable. It's like I wanted to go to the next level. So it's more of a personality, more than training or something that somebody prepared me to. Definitely in leadership, you always learn and you always like gain experience, but it's something that I really wanted to do for a long time. So I saw myself as a leader. So whenever I saw a leader, I was like, I can do that. I can be that person. It wasn't easy, but it was fun.
Yeah. So, I mean, Wake Set Go, our platform is all about charging up your inner CEO. So, for you
Yeah.
to not have those role models or to see people that were in those leadership positions or where you wanted to be, how could you explain or walk us through if other people may not have that mentality that you just were already gifted with to just say, all right, I'm going to do this? Like, what is it something that people can do to start practicing to build up that confidence to
Yeah.
become a leader?
So there is a lot of inner work. Like you have to work on yourself. You have to read, you have to explore, you have to dig deep down. And there is a lot of education as part of the experience. And sometimes when people ask me for advice, so when they graduate, either to get their master degree or to start working, I would advise them to work immediately because when you practice, you actually have this interaction with your like superiors, with your managers. So that's how you choose which leader you want. Maybe you will have like bad managers or bad leaders, and you want to say, I don't want to be that. I want to be something else. So that's when you formulate what you want to be and how do you want to impact the organization or how do you want to impact your team. It's a journey. It doesn't happen in one day. It's like it grows, it shapes every day. Until now, I think I'm just in the beginning, I'm just learning.
Even though you say you're still in the beginning, I feel like you're very influential where you are. So, how does someone just start to use their voice when a lot of times women in certain, not to just only say certain countries or areas, but there are global areas where women are silenced, their views aren't
Mhm.
respected. So how do
Mhm.
you shift that narrative?
Sometimes it can be challenging. It takes confidence. I went through in my journey, I went through some sort of career shift, which is not easy because people are always like seeking the comfort zone, seeking like the career pathway that they know where they're going or how they will advance. And so the moment that I chose to shift my career and even my master's degree in healthcare quality, because my background is clinical, when I did that shift, and I was successful afterward. A lot of people like reached out to me just to ask me, how did you do that? What was your motivation? How did you like get success out of this? um there is a lot of mindset, like you have to be strong, you have to like be patient, you have to give it some time. I remember that I used to work and study at the same time. I used to go to school at night and commute a long way, so it is not easy in the beginning, but if you have the goal, again, you don't have to have a role model just to copy. You can have your own way, you can have your own career shift. But if you are not satisfied with what you're having now, this is not the end. There is thousands of opportunities. There is thousands of career pathway. It doesn't have to be the same. That's just maybe something that I inspired people to do. I came from a very secure governmental place and then I just shifted to something that is unknown because I believe in like new opportunities and new challenges, and it's never going to be easy. But as long as you enjoy it, I always say that. Even in my previous role, I would say, I would tell the team, for example, we're leading like organizational wide project. I will tell them, I know we're very busy, but as long as we're having fun, we're okay. So we need to enjoy, work as a team. I believe a lot in working as a team. I don't like to work alone. Definitely, if you think that you're not in the right place, look somewhere else. Change it. You can change it entirely. That's fine until you find your space.
I like it. So, I mean, someone coming from clinical, which I see a lot of times, like when I was in school, people knew they wanted to be in a hospital, be a nurse, be a doctor, go the medical path. And not too often do you see people changing. I know I've seen people that are in the medical field and they get burned out and they decide that they want to go into business and do
Yeah.
healthcare administration. So, was that something that you found yourself dealing with to
Yeah.
make that shift? Or was it just that, you know what, I want to try something different? The clinical is becoming too predictable because I can see if you're doing a certain project, like you're seeing a patient or you're dealing with certain medical equipment, it kind of becomes routine. You already know
Yeah.
how your day is going to go, what to expect. But if you're in another field, it'll be a little different.
Exactly. So I believe that you change as you grow in life. So what you wanted in your 20s might be different than what you want in your 30s. So I wanted that whole experience where I help patients and I help save lives and everything. And I did that for a couple of years, but then I thought maybe that's not something that I want to do. And I felt that I'm more onto into leadership roles where you can still make an impact, which is indirectly, but still in healthcare. And I know a lot of people personally that they are seeking for that, even physicians. Can you imagine people like studying for so many years and they're like practicing as physician? And then they would want to say, I don't want to work with patients anymore. I think I would do better in the administrative part. So they would take a master's in healthcare administration, for example, and well, that's fine. That's perfectly fine if they think that they gave like a certain amount of effort and years from their life in serving patients, and they don't think that they will grow in that space. I mean, you can do the shift. And for me, I did the shift. I was very interested in the quality work. In healthcare in general, a quality work is more on improvement, where you can see actually the result of an impact of your work through time. So I was interested in that, and then I got deep and I studied my master's in healthcare quality and patient safety. So because when I first joined, I was like treated like the new person who's clinical, is not very experienced in quality. So I wanted to have like a solid education so I can be more confident. And I think it helped me a lot. But even if you cannot get a master's degree, you can get like professional certification, which can be at the beginning to any like career shift you have. But I would really advise having some sort of like educational background when you do the shift so you can have that confidence.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you feel like it was worthwhile for you to get your master's degree, to go to school, to work, to do the change. Like all of that was worth
Definitely.
it was worth it. Yeah. Cause
Yeah.
I hear different people saying, I don't know about school. So it just depends on the path that you're wanting to go on. If you're wanting
Yeah.
to make a career shift, then it can work out. You're learning while also working. And I like your attitude and mentality about having fun because I think whenever you're
Yeah.
doing something and you don't like it and you're miserable, you're doing no one a service.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I wouldn't want my doctor that doesn't want to be a doctor seeing me and working with me.
Exactly.
And it goes with all fields too. Like if you're in fast food and you're not happy in fast food, it's like just go somewhere else. Because there are some people in fast food that enjoy it, that love it, that are happy,
Mm,
that will make your day when you go to it. So that's great, and I'm glad that you
yeah.
did touch on being that, I guess, inspiration for yourself. And I know that there's a shift where you are in Saudi Arabia where women are jumping into the workforce. They're being more independent, like the culture shift or what people that aren't there don't see, so
Mhm.
they don't know what's going on
Yeah.
and they don't know what it's like. So tell me,
Yes.
if I'm wanting to go wake set go in Saudi Arabia, how do I need to prepare? Can I just come immediately as I am and I'm just ready? I like how is it? Like walk me through like how can I do my business or get started in Saudi Arabia? What's the popular
Yeah.
trends? What's the hypest companies, I guess? Like, is it tech? Is it healthcare? What spaces are really booming right now?
Well, I would love to have you in Saudi Arabia. So, for Saudi Arabia, I would be honest with you, we witnessed like major shift and change in the recent couple of years, and I am experiencing it, and I feel like I can't believe I cannot cope even with what's going on. It's very fast. Saudi Arabia is opening up for a lot of businesses. They're opening the capital for investment, and there are some regulations was started effective like last year that they are encouraging headquarters of major companies to open their headquarter in Riyadh so they can do business in Saudi Arabia with like governmental, which is huge. So a lot of like big companies already opened their headquarters in Riyadh. So there are some restrictions, but I would say that it's opening up a lot, and we're seeing a lot of expats in Saudi Arabia. If you walk in the street, you can see Americans walking. So
Wow.
yeah, it is fun now, especially in the capital. Like a lot of countries are coming to work, invest, and they are employees actually part of big companies. So it's a good time in Saudi Arabia, and I think it's related because maybe you don't know about that. We have a vision that started maybe like 5 years ago. By 2030, we have like different initiatives in KSA that we have to do it in Saudi Arabia, and they are all directed to increase investment, bring a lot of companies, increase revenue in case A, and support healthcare sector and support industrial sectors as well. So we are on track. So until 2030, we're going to see more growth,
That's
rapid
awesome.
growth,
That's good to know.
actually.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
am about to look up flights right after this because you
you can get
said,
your visa easily. You can get a tourist visa online. So
okay,
you can come
awesome.
easily.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. So tell me, what is it that I know you were talking about having that inner confidence and reading certain books and going to school and just having that inner motivation. But on those days where you're like, okay, this is just not how I wanted things to go. This isn't how I planned it. Like, how do you keep your mindset sharp? What are your go to things that just make you so adamant to push forward, to have that go getter energy at all times? Like, is it like your morning practice? Is it like something that you're
Mhm.
doing as a hobby?
Yeah.
Tell me, what is it that charges you up?
Yeah. So a lot of people don't believe this when they see me for the first time, but I struggled a lot with confidence. Um, so until now, I have really bad days where I don't feel confident at all. But I think the most like powerful thing that changed the way I perceived myself, or like I acted in like big meetings or in presentations, is how I talk to myself, like the conversation with yourself. I do a lot of like self empowerment conversation, affirmation before that, just to increase my confidence. Sometimes you have to go through it, but you should always give yourself credit and believe that you did a good job, so you can do better in the like next occasions or times that you have to talk in. But I think the more you experience those things, the more you grow your confidence. So anywhere when you have new situations, um, I still have like confidence issues, which is normal. We're human beings. We're not robots, right? We have emotions. We go through ups and downs. But I do a lot of self talk. I talk to myself differently because I believe that when I don't feel confident, it's in my head. It's not someone that did something to me. So it's me. It's all me. So I have to fix it in order to project it right. So yeah, and a lot of reading as you mentioned. So I read like maybe the last 10 years. I've read a lot of books about self-improvement, self-empowerment, and definitely changed my life. I was a different person. So I would say that the way I perceive relationships or communication or even future plans is different because I know more how to handle myself or to work on my thoughts, because it will be projected in the outside conversations and relationships. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer too that like your words have power. So sometimes I even look back and I'm like thinking like, "Oh my God, I remember I used to say certain things, or I used to say what I was going to do or what I plan on doing." And then next thing you know, it may not have happened the next day or the next week, but over
Yeah.
time, those affirmations and those words that I were declaring or thoughts that I were thinking actually came to fruition. Because if you really do want something, or if you really do want to live a certain type of life, you just have to
Hmm.
center yourself and just allow for it to happen and to fall into
Yeah.
place. So I'm a big proponent and believer in that your words hold power. So you have to be careful what you're reading, what you're listening to, who you're
The
allowing in your.
people we are interacting with. Yeah, exactly. I think we both believe in the energy.
Mhm.
So it starts with you actually. Your energy should project like the good vibes, and then you're gonna attract good energy. And you know when to choose to leave, when to choose like to go and seek for that opportunity or for that conversation. So you can feel that energy. I believe in that.
Right. And so for the listeners out there, I know you're kind of like, okay, who does she not know? How does she, pull this gas and she's all the way in Saudi Arabia? We met at a business meeting, and because of our energies, seriously, and our like same interest in music, we were able to just, our energy was able to just connect with each other. Because I also always like to say that I like to meet like-minded people. I want to attract like-minded individuals that are all about self-growth, improvement, and improving themselves. And even with a podcast, because with Wake Set Go, I find myself doing this. And the more that I'm talking and talking to other people, or talking to our listeners out there, it builds your confidence. The more you're talking, so what you're saying, the more I'm talking and I'm interviewing, the more confident I get doing it, because it becomes like a second nature. I don't have to think
Mm.
so hard about it, because I've been preparing for these types of moments. And
You
so
were
when,
born to do this.
yeah, when your energy just sinks, so it does take, intentional practice. Because when you like doing something, it's like your mind and your body and your heart yearns to do that kind of stuff. So when you restrict
Hmm.
yourself from doing those
Hmm.
things, you kind of lose those gifts that you naturally have. And
Yeah.
we all have a voice. And I think it's important to be able to use our voice. And over time, we'll get connected to the people that we're supposed to connect with. And who knows? I mean, I'm like I said, I'm ready to come to Saudi Arabia. We got to get this business going and get it set up there
Yeah.
because there's a shift, like you said, that's happening. And I think that's amazing because when you're closed off and you're not traveling, you're not exploring, you
Yeah.
only go by the news and what other people tell you about how it is somewhere. And then when you
Yes.
meet people that are there, you're like, wait a second,
Mhm.
I'm so shocked right now that I didn't know that, okay, there are these women in leadership. There are women that are making change happen. There are women that are walking in their confidence. They're creating and influencing business decisions. And it's no longer, okay, women are in the corner here because of the way people say it's always been. And I love that. And I'm excited for this future and for the future growth in Saudi Arabia, definitely. So, what's next for you? I know you've started out clinical, you jumped into the healthcare business space, you're operating as a leader in your space. What do you see yourself doing next? Because sometimes, not to say that as humans we get bored, but I do know when we're doing the same routine and we're in our comfort level, we sometimes feel like, okay, I want to do this next, or we may get a tinkling to do something else, or you may want to continue to stay where you are and
Yeah.
just continue to grow and evolve because you're having fun and enjoying it. But what do you
Yeah.
feel is next for you?
So when I started this current role, which is in my country, but I interact internationally. So I said I'm gonna do it for a few months. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna go back to my job. So it's been more than 2 years and a half, and I'm still having fun. And I think there is a lot of moral impact that I do in my current job with the healthcare sector in general. I'm still enjoying it, and I believe that there is a lot of things to do. But the moment that I think I'm not able to give more or there is no more impact in my role, I'm very open to do something else. So I'm open to anything, but I think there's still a lot of things to do in my current role on a national level. So that's what makes it like rewarding and encouraging to continue. I'm
Awesome.
not done.
No, that's awesome. So, what's one piece of advice you wish someone gave you when you first started your career journey?
I would say don't wait for anyone to do something for you. Do it yourself. Because for me, and I know a lot of people were waiting for example, scholarships or grants or someone to like guide them. And I think I wasted a couple of years waiting for those opportunities. And when I decided that I'm gonna do it myself with my own expense and just taking care of myself, and I did it, and then I saw results, I felt like I wish I've done it before. So I would say don't rely on anyone, believe in your strength, and the future will be amazing. I always believe there's a lot of opportunities, not like one thing that I want, and if I didn't get it, it's the end of the world. No, there are like thousands of things you can do. Be open to anything. And change is really good and fun.
No, change is definitely a great experience. It's a learning experience. It's a growth experience because you're trying something that you never thought you would like. And then the
Yeah.
moment you enjoy it, you're like, wow, I should have been started. I should have been went for it. So I think that's exciting to just
Yeah.
see that in example. And hopefully our listeners out there, if you're stuck and you're wondering, what should I do? I'm waiting on this to happen before I do this, or I don't want to do this until this happens. Sometimes it's best to just go for it, try it, take the risk. You never know what's on the other side of
Yes.
fear or just overthinking. And I appreciate you so much, Doa, for talking and meeting with us today and sharing your experience as a leader, talking to us about the culture in Saudi Arabia right now, your future, and what keeps you motivated and going. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I enjoyed I felt like I'm talking to my friend. So that was fun. I would say that really life is good. And if you're stuck somewhere, it's not the end of the world. And keep going, work on yourself. A lot of inner work can be done, whether it's personal, whether it's like career related. You can do a lot of things. I have been inspired by you as well, by the way. So thank you. And if you ever had a chance to support anyone or to help anyone grow or like coach or give them advice, do it, because you won't believe the people came to me after a couple of years saying, I will not forget what you told me that day because it helped me get somewhere. So those conversations really makes you emotional because you do things and you don't really value the impact that you do to other lives. So I hope that we can have an impact by the conversation today. And I have like a passion about helping people.
No, I can tell. And I think that energy exudes through you talking to so many people out there. I'm sure they don't have those direct role models of people that they want to aspire or look up to. So sometimes you have to search and dig for it online, find it
And
through a
create your
book.
own model. You can create that. You imagine it and create it and go for it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And find it in a book, find it in something, or and like you said, create it yourself. If it hasn't been invented already, this is your time to start it. This is your time to wake, set, go for it. And
Yeah,
she's just an example of it doesn't matter where you are, where you're located at. If you have a vision, if you have an idea, or if you want to change and shift your career, shift something, you can actually do it. There's no
absolutely.
limits, and you can set the bar as high as you want it to go. And this is your life, it's your blank canvas, and your day one can start today of the life that you want to begin and continue to attract all the good energy and all the great things that are yet to come, yet to
Yeah.
happen, and that have already happened. So I'm excited for you to continue to do it. I'm like, man, how did you get this confidence? So for people to hear you say there are days where you don't feel
Yeah.
as confident and positive is kind of shocking because I'm one of those people that are like, no, she's always like this. She's just got it. And so for you to say that you've had to intentionally do
Yeah.
mindset training, it just shows that there's value in it. It's worth it. And that you taking that investment in yourself and investing in coaching is next level. Like it's going to get you to the next level that you may talk yourself out of getting to.
Wow.
So tune out the noise. Yeah, gotta tune out the noise. And
Mm.
hopefully we can have you again and we can do
Yeah.
some more mindset talks and
Yeah.
crazy. I just got pinged from one of our listeners. They have a question. So this is something we haven't done on Wake Set Go before, but we're actually taking questions from listeners. And so this is from Susie. She's in North Dakota. She wanted to ask you, she said, Doa, what advice would you give to women who feel like they have skills and ambition but live in environments, whether cultural, professional, or even within their own families, where their voices aren't always heard? How can they still advocate for themselves?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say speak up. I mean, stand out differently, even if you were noticed. You can do it. Again, don't wait for anyone to like guide you or push you. You can do it yourself, even if you're different. So I would say I faced that. So I relate to her question. So I was different in my culture or environment, but I had to be in order to achieve my goal. So don't be embarrassed. Don't think that it's something that what are people going to say about me? I live that and I don't care. So don't think about your environment a lot as much as you think about yourself, but at the same time you have to be professional, respectful, kind to people, but you have to do things differently. You have to get out of your bubble in order to reach your goal. So go for it. Don't be scared at all. Try to talk to other people who've done it before. in any way, even not in your like same like career pathway or same like business. But do it, don't wait. You will enjoy it, you will love it. That emerging power is so much fun.
Awesome. That's a great answer to that question. And for all listeners out there, for any upcoming episodes, feel free to submit and your questions. You can send it to wakesetGO@gmail.com, and we will, you never know, may be able to do a random question pop up and one of our guests may be able
Yeah,
to answer for you. So stay tuned for that
yeah, thanks.
feature to continue on more episodes. But again, I'm so glad that you took your time out today to join us on Wake Set Go. And I can't wait to talk more in the future. And for everyone out there, thanks for listening.
Thank you
And
so much. This has been amazing. Thank you, Mercedes.
yes,
For having
hopefully
me.
everybody out there is Wake Set going forward. And we'll talk soon.